welcome back to another episode of the Teacher Surgery. Let's go! Yo, today, we've got a special treat for you lot, man. Anyone that's into UK hip hop, anyone that's into like just the history of hip hop in the UK here, we've got a legend, an absolute icon, Joe Black in the building. Let's go! What's happening, Joe? You good, yeah? You good, yeah?
Thanks for having me.
All right, so Joe, welcome to the building, man. And first question is, I'm gonna ask you. I've got a million. You know what it is? Do you know why today's special is? Because to have someone that you've been listening to since I was young, you know what I'm saying? And then here. So my first question to you is, how do you navigate that? Do you get that a lot? Do you get a lot of, as you just walk in, and do you still get the love and the random people coming up to you and be like, "Yo, like I've been listening to you from this age, and still listening to you now." Do you get that a lot?
Yeah, I get it. Maybe not as much as people may think, but not enough for it to become a burden. Do you know what I'm saying? I think it's I appreciate the love I get.
Yeah.
So,
And you're still continuing with the rapping thing now as well, right? So
yeah. We'll never. I don't think it will ever leave.
Yeah.
It's just obviously it's not the main priority like it once was.
Yeah. And I think for those that don't know, Joe's does the he's a scout. You're an actual football scout now, yeah.
Yeah.
And I see in your comments on your TikTok, right? When people seeing you do that, it's still referencing the music or anything like that.
Yeah.
And how did that come across? Right? How did that? I was listening to some of your music, and there was a bar that you said that you used to play ball, even from then.
Yeah.
But then you went. I don't think a lot of people knew you for linked you to football from then.
Yeah.
But how did that come across now? That link?
Like I say, I think football for me came before music. So football was the first passion initially. And you go through that stage of wanting to make it and not being good enough in my.
Were you actually were you trying to get there?
Yeah, I was trying. Yeah, I was trying.
What position were you?
I started off as a striker, and the older I got, I just went further and further back to.
Do you know what it is? Are there many? Is it not to be rude? Is it a physiological thing? Why isn't there many like people from your part of the world?
Because I think
playing football in
I think basketball's the major sport in Sudan. So now they started, didn't they? Got a football federation, and they're trying to. But I think because of the height, I think basketball was seen as more. Yeah, more of a national sport than football.
Okay. So who were your icons growing up? Was it more like icons with football or icons with music? Or who was
a bit of both, because obviously I start like when I was playing football, I was always listening to music as well. And I think when I ended up rapping, my style was heavily influenced by New York rap. I would say Mace was a big inspiration, like with the laid back kind of conversational flow. Do you get what I'm saying?
Do you know? I see. The thing is about that, like with the UK sound, right? You got the hip hop, the UK hip hop, right? In the early days, there was a lot of we can't deny that America had a big point.
Yeah.
And it's funny, even though you've done the British accent, you can still tell.
Exactly.
Words like be just the certain things. But how comes you didn't come across with what saved you from doing the American accent? Was it just the timing, or or did you ever start with that?
No, I think at the same time I was also listening to Heartless Crew and Pay As You Go, other like kind of just at the crossover from garage into grime.
I've spoken to you about this before, where it's like the emergence of like what you call road rap, right, or just hip hop, right, like just rapping. And with the UK, you remember you said you were looking up to Heartless Crew, but them lot are garage and grime.
Yeah.
So who were you actually learning from that came before you? I know you've mentioned Mike GLC.
Yeah, Mike GLC is one
but done that was that it? Was that the only?
No, so I don't know if you remember, there was a shop called Dark and Cold that was like just on the back roads of Oxford Street by Mr. Jerks, I think.
Yeah.
And that gave me this is how far back we're going. They had it was on DVD, but I had the VHS of one of their like
a Smack DVD kind of thing, freestyles and stuff like that.
And it was just English rap. There were all sorts. There was conscious English rap, which I think was a thing back then, but it wasn't. It was very underground.
Yeah.
And then that's when I discovered Mike JLC. But with Mike JLC, there was like a little clique of them. Mike JLC, Paris One. She's from
shout out to Paris
she's
One,
from Nottingham. Kamikaze as well from Nottingham.
Yeah. Was you in the Kalashnikov generation? Because it's very separate, like the way. Or do you see yourselves as the same era?
But you see, when Kalashnikov was quote unquote mainstream, that's when I was in the underground.
Okay.
So a lot of the early mixtapes, it's mad because it's rap, but if you listen to them, it sounds more like radio sets. More doing shout outs on the intro, on a radio station.
Yeah.
I think that was when it started to kind of transition, because that's when like MySpace started popping off and YouTube and all these things. So I think I would say, as Kalashnikov was in his prime, that's when I was just starting to kind of make a local buzz.
Okay. And for those that don't, well, most people that listen from back in the day, they know that you're really affiliated with, Mashtan, you know what I mean? But you're not actually from Hackney, you're not from Fields, you're from Islington.
Yeah.
But how did that link up start?
Basically school. So I went to school in Old Street, Central Foundation.
Yeah.
And I think that's where I kind of met all...
You said it was Margs, isn't it?
Yeah, Margs. There's loads, like Margs and Hypo, rest in peace, are the main rappers that went to my school, but there were a lot of people just from that area that went to my school that didn't rap. So.
It's funny, because what I see is that generation, I think it's like, not nepotism, but nepotism is good, but what I see is that you lot the same way you've done the mixtape thing, the game, that era was like revolutionary for you lot. But then it's so funny because we're seeing that same pocket. You're doing the podcast game or I see you. So you see Margs, Chicky, you know what I mean? So is that a thing that just happened, or you're just watching each other, or just everyone just bringing people through?
No, I think because
I've seen you on obviously the controversial what's with the football show?
Filthy,
yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not involved in that.
No, but you've been on Filthy.
Yeah, I've been on Filthy, obviously. Yeah. But the country, I stay free from that. But I think that a lot of the them, especially the ones that are doing podcasts now, they've always been charismatic, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Some of us, like, I would think myself, I'm a bit more reserved, laid back, but like Loons, Margs, Tricky, they've always been like big personalities, even like just chilling in the flats. So So I think it's a natural transition. I think
that's your personality though. Like and I think that was your key selling point with the rap thing. I think when a lot of people were doing the lavish, outwardly spoken, your thing was so smooth and so calm. It just gave that authentic rawness, and even the way like you talk, that's just. Do people actually think that we're like, do people associate it with shyness, or is it just a personality thing?
No, do you know what it is? Sometimes it's like the word, and I get it, but like I don't agree with it. You know when they say like, "Oh, he's humble," and I'm saying, you don't know if I'm humble. I'm just maybe not as loud. That's all it is. Like, but I don't.
But you display great humility and reservedness. Would you agree with that?
I don't see it, me personally. But
because when it's time to ask you though, where you're not humble, and I would assume you're not, when I start asking questions like, do you think you're amongst the greatest rappers that come out of the UK?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I think with humility, I don't think I can label myself that, if that makes sense.
That's humble then.
But I think labeling yourself humble goes against.
Goes
do you
against
get what I'm
humbleness.
Saying?
Okay,
because it's like I'm just me, how some people remember. From where we communicate like on social media, some on that platform, some people might have a whole different perception. They might think, oh, he's arrogant, or do you get what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I don't know. I just think it's just.
But what do you actually think though? What's your opinion on like where you stand in the rap game? Like, would you say, would you put yourself in that ever list? Like, as in, because you're genuinely cold. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
but
saying?
that's what I'm saying. I think
The whole underground
the
king movement.
criteria though, I think if it comes to like rap skills,
Mm.
then yeah, I'll put myself very high. I think very highly of
Yeah,
myself
yeah,
when it
yeah.
comes to rap skills. But you know, there's all these different criteria, commercial success and all that
Mm.
can be measured. And
Mm.
for me, I wouldn't put myself in there because I haven't. I haven't tried to go on a commercial run or release a album, or it's always just been about just rapping basically, innit?
And I think, that's like, me as an Arsenal fan, I look at, and this is no disrespect in it, but I look at things, people like Jack Wilshere,
Yeah,
shout out to him in
yeah,
Luton. I look at people like Diaby.
yeah,
And with hip hop, I kind of, although it's not injury, I kind of liken you to them where I'm thinking, bro, if this guy got a run that he deserved, he'll be amongst the greatest of that
yeah.
generation. You know what I'm saying? And do you feel an element of that where, what was it? Was it due to maybe your reservedness, or was it not? You didn't want to go do what the labels wanted to do. What was it that never got you across that line with this new generation, or with the time when people started going from the underground, from your Kanos, your
Mm.
Tinchies, and your Chipmunks, who all of them got slaughtered when they started making
Yeah,
overground
yeah,
music.
yeah, yeah.
Was that a pressure on you or anything like that, or what would you say that hindrance was?
Um, I just think it goes back to me and what I like doing.
Mm,
Like this was never like by design. Like I'm gonna be a rapper
mm,
and I'm
mm,
gonna
mm.
try and make rap a career. I think it's just at the time when I was putting out loads of music, I was doing something I enjoyed, and it never seemed like a job. And I think after I come out of the studio and I finish recording, that's when everything else seems like a job, like a
Okay,
chore.
okay, yeah, yeah.
And then
The promotion, the marketing.
yeah, and it's like because I've been blessed with other things, like how other ways to kind of pay the bills.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
That's never been a pressure of I need to make this sort of music to get this sort of numbers and get this sort of money. It's just I just make music when I
I've
want.
asked, obviously, I've asked other people that have come, right, and that have come from certain lifestyles from
Mm,
back in the day. You said you've had other means of like paying the bills, and obviously, if your music is a reflection of your lifestyle, I'm not trying to heart up your whatever things you were doing in the past, right? But how did you make that transition then? With, for example, Nines, someone like Nines is always talking about 1 foot in, 1 foot out,
mm,
right? And talking about, oh, if the music don't pay, then this is where it is. You've been blessed with, okay, music, you've done music, cool, but now you've got a very good career
mm.
in scouting. But before that came across, what was the pressure like of you being like, bait, and maybe you're trying to come off, the old path? What was that transition like? And was there pressure to go live more legit ways, or maybe going back to school, or them kind of thoughts, or these kind of things? I'm asking for people out there that's
Yeah,
listening.
yeah, yeah,
What was that
yeah.
transition like?
Um, I think the biggest catalyst was when my daughter was born, because I
Mm,
think it's mad in a crazy way because of all the other stuff like growing up where I'm from and always being quote unquote known.
mm.
The popularity thing wasn't as it didn't maybe gas me as much as it might have gassed other people. Do
Mm-hmm.
you get what I'm saying? So um it was more just like, yeah, just I think when I had my daughter, it kind of woke me up to like, yeah, it's I was very much independent before then, but now when there's someone else, you got to kind of,
Look after that.
yeah, you got to
But
kind
what
of
did that look
alter.
like?
And
How did that seriousness go? Did you say raw? Like, even with the scouting, how did you get into that? Did you just fall
it
into
was
it?
by accident because like I've always been, even with the music, I've always been about like seeing something in others and
Mm,
pushing them, even
mm.
if I'm pushing them in front of me. So that came from a course I done, and then I was at a youth club, and then my one of my good brethren that I grew up with started a football club. So I started a volunteering just for him, just with him.
Okay.
And then obviously going back training, you catch the bug. I caught the
Yeah.
bug, and then
Was that with? Are you not trying to say? Was that with Bobby?
no.
Okay.
This
Okay.
before I knew Bobby. This is
Okay.
like
Okay.
yeah. This is going back to like 2008.
Yeah.
So I started volunteering with him, took on a bigger role. Then like he kind of took a back seat. I kind of rebranded the club.
Okay,
rebranded the club, started, and then from there we had a few players that went and got signed by these professional clubs.
Are you allowed to say? Are you allowed to say any names? If I have to say like, who, anyone that you think, from what you've seen as a scout, is there anyone that the people that we have seen, like Max Dowman, had you been seeing him from early and stuff like that?
Yeah, maybe like 12. The only one that I can say, because remember before Arsenal I was at Chelsea, is watching Rio from.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying? I've got a picture with me and Rio when he was 6.
Okay.
And he's kind of like the first one that since I've been active in football I've seen from when he first went into academy. Now he's playing for Liverpool in the first team. So,
but what do you look for? Like what are you looking for as a scout? What makes him stand out?
I just think his explosiveness, like how he plays, is how he's always played since he was a kid. Like, he's always like, as an attacking player, he wants to take players on 1v1s, good ball manipulation, quick burst of speed.
Let me ask you a mad question.
Yeah.
Did you finish school?
No.
So here's the question, right? With scouting, you've got to write reports, all of these things.
Yeah.
How is that transition from not being academic to now actually being like writing official emails, scouting? Because you're not just there watching football.
Yeah.
You're there actually writing official reports. And how did that transition go about?
I think for me, because the things that you need, just because I didn't finish school, I still acquired those skills. So I know I'm computer savvy. I know how to work computers and Excel spreadsheets, all of that.
Skills.
Yeah, exactly. And I think because I'm curious, anything I don't know and I need to know, I pick up quickly in it because I research and study.
And why didn't you finish school?
Because obviously I got caught up in some nonsense. Ended up in prison at a very
was you in
young
prison
age.
during school times?
Yeah. 15 when I went to jail.
On a family one, what was your family? What was that response like?
Because I got an older brother. He's like just under 2 years older than me, and he went to prison a year before me.
Okay.
So it was kind of like, obviously it's always disappointing, but it's mad. I don't think I got enough time to explain it, but it was.
But let me ask you. Let me ask you. How did you step off the porch? The reason why we ask this is because, in the teacher surgery, we've got a lot of parents wondering about their children.
Yeah.
And it's a real thing. We see young people step off the porch every day. For those that don't know, is that line between road or criminality and being a civilian, right?
Yeah.
So you, as you would have just been an innocent kid at one point, right? I'm guessing. What was the line, and how did you cross that line?
I think it's like, obviously growing up in certain places, the lines are blurred because you'll be playing football in the cage, and in the same estate the elders are doing whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
For me, I think what a gift and a curse for me is if something grabs my attention, then I'm very curious. So I want to know, I want to know what's going on, the ins and outs, and I think that's why they call it a trap. This is my interpretation of it, because you see you may see the only the proceeds of what's going on are visible in it. You don't know the process or what people have to do to have that car or to have those nice clothes. So I think that's when I went down a little.
Was you enticed by the money or the hype? Because a lot of people, it's the hype. The
that's what it was, because obviously I didn't. Obviously, you saw money, but you don't see money in the way that
you do as
you see it now.
You
see money as in that's what gets people attention. That's what makes people cool. That's what makes them popular. So if you get the popularity without the money, you might bypass that step.
But you see, one thing I rate about you though, and this is what they say about the humility thing, is a lot of rappers get involved in all of this like industry beef or like actual thing. My concept of Joe is always been about, even when you was doing the road thing and you're doing your music, it's just I'm just here for the money. I'm not all of that. Has that always been? Was that schooled into you, or was that just you naturally? Whereas other people, they veer into other sections of the road, like you say, the beefing or wanting to prove themselves. But with you, is just hustle. You know what I mean? Like that's what we're here for, and family, loyalty, all of that.
Yeah, I think even like my elders, even the ones that were on the wrong side or doing whatever, I think that's where the crazy justification comes from it, innit? Because if you're doing it to pay the bills, then in a mad way it made sense. But if it's just nonsense, which I think you're talking about, just people there's no money involved, then there's do you get what I'm saying? What's the point?
And I've heard you've got a strong opinion when it comes to like, you naturally would be an advocate for like talking to young people now about like allowing the street stuff and stuff like that. But you feel funny saying that from your past, or you think that's not a really effective advocacy?
I think it's case by case. The message has to be the same, but I think how you deliver it depends on how far gone the kid is, or do you get what I'm saying? The age and all that. Like I think that's why it's best to tap in as young as possible. As soon as they can actually comprehend, that's when the intervention needs to happen. But yeah, I think you know, like what I do outside of Arsenal, I see a lot of kids that they're just lost, if that makes sense. And sometimes it's just they want to vent, and it's just maybe just listening to them, hearing them out, and then maybe
sprinkling the wisdom.
Yeah, and maybe just offering alternatives instead of demanding. Do you get what I'm saying? Offering alternatives and
And lastly, all right. So we talked about Mash Time, and there's been a bit on the internet, on social media. There's the whole question of who's the best in Mash Time, and who's the best Hackney rapper. I know you're not Hackney rapper, right? But I'm going to ask you still, who's the best? And the affiliates. Who would you say? Would you put yourself up there like you versus Margs?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Said 100,
yeah.
Do you know who I actually? Because I was listening back, and I didn't realize Shiki was actually like I liked his style, you know.
Yeah, that's the good thing about Mashtan. I think everyone could rap, but for me, if I'm being totally honest, the best for me is T-Mac.
Okay.
T-Mac's the best rapper, I think, in Mashtan.
Who would you say North top 3?
Rap?
Yeah.
Are we talking rap?
Rap.
Just rap. Let me exclude myself because obviously I'm number
That's
one.
Where the humility comes from.
Yeah.
That's where the humility comes from.
No, I'm saying because I'm number one.
Okay.
Let's just use me from that. North London. All gens or?
So me off the bat, I'm thinking of your Wretches, your Scorchers.
These are grime MCs,
but
though.
No, but okay, Scorcher maybe, but Wretch raps, man.
Okay. It might be controversial.
What
if we're talking rap, rap alone.
Yeah.
Wretch might get in there.
Even like going back to your Skinny Mans.
That's what I'm saying. So for me, it would be probably Sway. Sway's from Hornsey.
Yeah. Shout out to Sway the Southall, man.
People might think I'm being biased, but if we're talking rap, I'm gonna say Benny Banks.
Okay. I had a question lined up for you actually. Yeah.
And then third, that's rap ability. I would say Rich. I would say Rich. Yeah, I would say Rich. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna wrap up, but I've got a question. Right. So you said Benny Banks, yeah. Shout out to him, right? Do you think, from seeing it, the cosign, and I think Benny Banks is cold. You got your what's my man from Barking? Potter, and then you got Northwest. I've got a brain fart. But anyways, do you think like the UK shows love to white rappers, or do you think there's work to be done? because now you got the new generation. You know what I mean? But do you think like with people like Benny Banks, is it a
Coke
thing?
is talking.
K Coke, yeah, I was talking K Coke.
Yeah, I think they do. I don't think it's not like, I don't think it's like America where I think if you're dope, you're dope. And I think those examples prove that, if that makes sense.
Okay, yeah.
Potter's today is one of the top boys.
But so out of the white rappers, so you're putting Potter, K Cokes, and that. Are you saying what Benny? I mean, yeah. Are you saying what Banks?
For me, it's very close with Benny and Potter. Okay. But that's just my type of rap that I like. Do you get what I'm saying? I think it's very. I think Benny's a bit more expansive with his subjects.
I heard you really talk Benny up. He's good. He's cool.
Yeah, no, he can rap on a wide range of things, but obviously the kind of street commentary, I think Potter would be the top for me.
Potter, I think. Anyway, I'll put my opinion on that later, man. I want to see a bit more versatility. I think he's cold though, but my favorite out of them is actually K Coke. Talent-wise, you know what I mean. Yeah. But that's just another episode. But listen, Joe, it's been a pleasure having you here, man. It's been a pleasure. That wraps up another episode of the Teacher Surgery. All right. So don't forget. Yeah. All right, Joe. Yeah. If you want to say something to young people listening, watching you, or any message for the kids or parents out there, man.
Put me on the spot.
Just say stay in school, man.
Nah. What I'll say to the kids, this is my saying. I can't remember who I stole it off, but it's never let desperation alter your destination, and stay focused.
That's a cold one, you know. See, he had one loaded. He said I put him on the spot. He had one loaded.
Yeah.
All right, but don't forget to like, share, comment, all that. Thank you. All right. So until next episode. Oh yeah, Joe Black. You know, at Joe Black, right? How do you?
At Joe Black UK.
Come on. Yeah, there you go. All right. Thank you.